3 of Dana White's Contender Series is in full swing. In the middleweight division, we have a matchup between Eli Aronov, and he's taking on Zachary Reese. Both of these guys are undefeated fighters, 6-0 and 5-0 respectively. This should be a heck of a matchup. You will see a very large height advantage on the Reese side. He's 6'3" as opposed to the 5'10" of Aronov. But if we look at Aronov's last fight, he did come off of a matchup where he was quite a bit undersized as far as height goes in that matchup, and he was able to come out with the victory, obviously because he's undefeated. So he does have experience against the taller guys. How is this one going to match up? Well, let's start with Zachary Reese. The dude's a very fast starter. In fact, most of his pro fights have ended in the first minute, let alone first couple of minutes. I believe all of his pro fights have definitely ended inside the distance. I believe all of them are in the first round, but he's very quick to get the match started. Amateur fights, he finished everybody there too. He does have one, I think, that goes into the second round. I don't remember. I didn't watch all of his amateur fights. It's amateur MMA. It's a lot different. Either way. So, for Zachary Reese, the guy's a fast starter. He's got good striking. He mixes up punches and kicks, things like that, knees, elbows. He does use an assortment of strikes. And when he hits you, you know about it because he's very powerful. So for Zachary Reese, the guy's going to come through, start quick, come across the cage, and land big shots. I don't think he's the fastest striker, so I do think that could pose a problem for him as the level of competition goes up. But he is very powerful, and he does mix up his strikes well, and he's clean when he throws them. Now, it's kind of like, if you remember my last breakdown of Miranda Maverick, where I said that, her striking looks clean, it's just not quick. And that's kind of the same thing with Zachary Reese, where it looks very clean, but he's not super fast with it. So that's what I'm getting at if you're catching what I'm throwing. Either way, his wrestling is also pretty darn good. He's got very powerful slams, and when he gets on top of you, this is not a guy that you want to eat ground and pound from because it's very heavy. He's coming with force. He's coming with pressure. That's what he's trying to do and get you out of there quick. Now, for Aronov, dude's a solid wrestler, and he's extremely physically strong. Sure, he's going to be shorter in this matchup here, and when you're a taller guy punching down, those shots are going to have a little more zip to them, but Aronov's going to be able to get in, get under those shots, and get a hold of the legs because he does have a very powerful double leg takedown. And when he gets on top of guys, he has a lot of pressure. He's going to start working that ground and pound right away and start throwing those elbows because that's what he likes to do, busting guys up, cutting them up. That top pressure is very, very strong. Now, when it comes to striking, it's not decent is being generous, but he does have pretty good volume. He's very hittable on the feet. If he stays standing for the majority of this matchup, Zachary Reese is going to knock this dude's head in. But if he mixes in the wrestling, he's going to be the physically stronger of the two because this guy is built like a brick house. Let's put it that way. Built like a brick house. Aronov is very strong, very powerful, and like I said, that double leg is going to be there. For me, by watching his last fight against a much taller opponent, Aronov showed that he can get inside on those longer guys and get the takedown. So for me, I'm taking Aronov in this matchup to upset Zachary Reese. I do believe Zachary Reese is still the favorite. He was last I saw. I think these odds have kind of went back and forth a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. But Aronov is my pick. Let me hear from you guys in the comments. Like the video on your way out, and I'll see you next time.